Hello everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. So I am back today with another thrift store haul because I realized, man, it has been quite a while since I posted a thrift store haul video. So I believe this is episode number 16 of this series. I've had these books and movies, or actually I'm going to talk books, TV series, and one Blu-ray today. But I've had them sitting over there for quite some time now. I actually have a couple more stacks of books and a couple more stacks of movies. So this thrift store series is never ending, and that's how I like it because I love shopping at the thrift store. But like I mentioned, today I have a stack of books. These are mostly like thriller/horror books, and then I do have a TV series and a Blu-ray that I ended up finding. So one movie and a couple different TV series. So lots of really cool things from the thrift store. And just a reminder, these were all 50 cents each. Like, that's ridiculous. So really excited to share with you guys some things that I have found relatively recently at my local thrift stores. So if you guys are excited about this video, please give it a like down below. That engagement really does help me out. But with that said, let's not waste any time at all. Let's dive right in to episode number 16 of my thrift store haul. So we'll start off with the books, and like I said, most of these are like horror and thriller. This first one here I'd probably call a horror book. This is written by Andrew Harper, and it's called Night Cage. So this one just caught my attention because it has a really cool cover, and it sounds very good. So basically, we are following this this mental health institute that is basically a prison for some of the most demented individuals out there. So they're very mentally deranged, and the wildfires out in California are raging near the prison or the institute, whatever it is, and so they have to relocate. Well, in this relocation, they end up losing a couple of the inmates, and so we're going to follow the story of trying to track them down. It sounds like there are some other characters that are introduced, and I'm guessing it's like a cat and mouse type of game. So sounds interesting, has a pretty cool cover, and the price was right, so I figured I would add it to the collection. So Andrew Harper's Night Cage, and if you guys have heard of this author, because I haven't, but if you have, let me know. Apparently he's also written Red Angel, which apparently is a bestseller. So I don't know that one, but maybe you do. So the first one I grabbed was Night Cage by Andrew Harper. And then we're going to go into one of my favorites in this favorite pickups in this video. And that is a Max Allan Collins book. This one is No One Will Hear You. So this one is not a novelization. It's not a media tie-in. It is just kind of a standalone Max Allan Collins book. And so because of that, I was interested in it. And you know what? I say standalone, but actually, I think this is actually part of a series, but it's not media tie-in, so that's why it stands out to me. But yeah, so it's also written by Matthew Clemens, and it's another thriller/horror book. I've talked about Max Allan Collins a lot on the channel. One of my favorite authors. He wrote the Quarry series, and he's done just a ton of media tie-in books that I have in my collection. So really like him. I love his writing style, and so I'm very intrigued to check out something that is not Quarry. And so yeah, this one fits the bill, so I will give this one a chance eventually. This is Max Allan Collins along with Matthew Clemens, No One Will Hear You. I was really excited about this find too. This is an Edward Lee novel. This is called Infernal Angel. So this actually completes, I believe this is a trilogy, Infernal Angel, and I think there's like Infernal City and one other one that I'm forgetting. City Infernal is the other one. So this is basically like we are following the city that is hell. It is just this awful, terrible place. And apparently 2 humans have found a way to enter this city. And so things kind of go crazy from there. I really like Edward Lee. He is a splatterpunk author who is just like super disturbing and messed up. And so, yeah, I was really excited to add this one to the collection. I do have a handful of Edward Lee novels. And always like finding books of his and like Jack Ketchum, Brian Keene, all from the same or at least a similar vein, if not the same vein. But yeah, so Edward Lee, Infernal Angel, a really cool one for the collection. These next two are awesome because they both remind me of like paperbacks from hell. I don't know that either of them were in that book. I'm guessing not. But this is The Chanting, written by Beverly T. Hoff, I would imagine is how you say that. But look at that cover. It is just so perfect. And this one, who is this? This is written by Popular Library, so it's not a zebra title, unfortunately. But yeah, this one just looks really cool. I love the colors on this as well. And then the other one that reminds me of paperbacks from hell is called Blood Sisters by Deborah Sherwood. So this is is one where, like, I think I was reading a review on this one, and I don't think the cover actually does the book justice. It's not actually a horror book from what I remember reading. I think it's more of either a thriller or a mystery. I don't remember, but yeah, like, I couldn't pass up on that cover. It's just awesome. You can see it's not perfect. It is messed up a little bit there, but it is zebra, so that's really cool. I don't have a ton of zebra in my collection, so I had to grab these because they just look awesome. So The Chanting by Beverly T. Hoff and Blood Sisters, written by Deborah Sherwood, two that honestly I bought for the cover because they're gorgeous, so why wouldn't I? This next one is by another author who I just don't know. I don't recognize the name. It's written by Chandler McGrew, and it's called The Darkening. So interesting cover on here. That's what drew me to it in the first place. But this one is actually about like a blackout in the city, and then it's like a horror novel that picks up from there. So all of these crazy bad things are going to happen when the power goes out. And yeah, I cannot wait to check it out. So not only does the power go out, like the sun goes out as well. And so like something like apocalyptic is happening here. So that drew my attention. Like, I'm very intrigued. This is actually kind of a chunky one. How long is this one? I didn't even see. No page numbers. Where's the page number? I have no idea how long this is. There we are. It's over 400 pages. Yeah, that's crazy. So a nice big thick horror book here. But yeah, this one looks really cool. I love the idea of, you know, this apocalyptic setting mixed with this horror book. I'm in. So yeah, we'll see how this one is. You can actually see it has an old, this is actually a used Barnes & Noble sticker. I don't know if you guys have Barnes & Noble bookstores by you that have used books, but fortunately my one store that's relatively near me, it's actually closer to my parents, they sell used books, and so I'm able to find some really cheap there. But anyway, I couldn't get the sticker off, so it's staying. The Darkening, written by, who was it? Chandler McGrew. Another one, if you know the author, please let me know because I just don't recognize the name at all. So the last 5 books here are actually all from the same series, and I'll be honest, like, if I wasn't finding them for these prices, I probably wouldn't have picked this up, but you know that if I see multiple in a series, or like a complete series, or almost complete series in this case, if I see them all at a thrift store or wherever, like, I'm a sucker for that, and I want to grab all of them, so that's what I did here. I don't know if I'll actually ever get around to these, but they sound interesting, so I figured I would give them a shot. So we are dealing with the Instinct series. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's all follows the FBI forensic pathologist named Jessica Curran. So the first one here is Extreme Instinct. I'll mention these are not in order. And then we have Primal Instinct, and then Fatal Instinct, and Pure Instinct, and then last but not least, I think this is the first one if I'm not mistaken, Killer Instinct. So all 5 of these are written by Robert W. Walker, and I think I have like 5 of the first 6 or 7. I know I'm missing 1 or 2 within the first 6 or 7 in there. And so, yeah, it wasn't all of them, and I searched and searched and searched for the last one, and I just couldn't find it. So I don't think whoever, you know, dropped these off, they mustn't have had that one, unfortunately. But yeah, so we'll see if this series is any good. We're going to follow this FBI pathologist as they hunt for serial killers. So you guys know I'm a true crime junkie, so this could be something I thoroughly enjoy. So if you guys have read this series, again, let me know. I want to see if this is worth my time or not. So yeah, looks fun, and it was, you know, really good price, so I couldn't pass it up. So those are the last books I picked up. So now let's talk the Blu-ray, and then we'll wrap it up with a couple of TV series. So it's quite rare that I come across any Blu-rays at all at my local thrift stores, and so whenever I do, even if it's not something I'm like in love with, I still want to pick it up because it's, you know, Blu-ray for a great price. Ronin, though, is one that I have heard of in the past, and I actually was interested in seeing, and you have Robert De Niro in the lead role here, so this one should be pretty good. So yeah, this one, I guess, is following like this group of essentially mercenaries as they are trying to hunt down this briefcase, but then there's like a competing set of people that are also trying to find it, so it's just an action movie, and it sounds pretty good. It has a good cast with it, with De Niro, and I know this other man on here, but his name is escaping me right now, and I'm not seeing it pull up. John Reno, that's who it is. And so, good cast on this, and it looks like a fun action movie, so I definitely wanted to grab this one. And you can see it actually has the Blu-ray disc inside, which is a miracle, because whenever I see Blu-ray discs there, they're usually empty, which is always disappointing. And then a lot of DVDs, too, at my thrift stores are empty, which is just so frustrating. But anyway, I digress. Ronin on Blu-ray. So that's the only movie I'm going to talk about in this haul, but I do have a couple TV series I want to share. So I've mentioned that I had all these stacks sitting over here for just quite a while now, to be honest with you, but these two TV series I'm about to show were actually ones that I picked up just a few days back. I got super lucky. I was actually going to Ollie's, which is right next door to the Salvation Army, because I was trying to find something specific there, which I'll talk about in my book haul for the month of January. But I always go into the thrift store while I'm there, and somebody must have just brought back a whole bunch of things because they had a table filled with some more interesting movies than are typically there, including all these complete TV series, which just blew my mind. And by complete, I mean they had all the discs, which again can be rare at my stores. But the first one I grabbed was Outlander, Volume 1, Season 1, and then Outlander Season 1, Volume 2. So together, this makes up the complete first series of the show Outlander. So the only thing I really know about this show is that I believe it's based on, I don't know if it's like erotica, but I know it's a book series that is filled with like a ton of romance and like sex in it. So I don't know if that's like strictly erotica or what it actually is, but it is a period piece, and so it sounded interesting. I know that this isn't typically where I would gravitate towards, but again, for the price, I didn't want to pass it up, and so yeah, and they're all in great condition too, which kind of blows my mind. So Outlander is supposed to be pretty good. I know my buddy read the book and he hated the book, but maybe the TV series will be more interesting. I have no idea. We will see. Like these covers are just so similar too, so it's so weird to me. But either way, Outlander Season 1 is now in the collection, so that's pretty cool. Last but not least is one of the coolest thrift store finds I've had to date. Like the fact that all of these were there just blew my mind. I thought for sure they were going to be empty cases or there were going to be discs missing or whatever the case is, but that wasn't true. So I got super lucky with these. Again, 50 cents each. Ridiculous. So first up we have Vikings, the complete first season, and then we have the complete second season, and the complete third season, and then the complete fourth season with Volume 1 and Volume 2. So it makes up the complete fourth season of this show. This is actually a show that I have been wanting to pick up recently because I've heard so many good things about it over the years. I'll be honest, I was planning on picking it up on Blu-ray just because I think it would look really great on Blu-ray, but I'm not going to complain. Like, this cost me what, $3 to get all these? Like, that's ridiculous. So I will stick with the DVDs for now. If I end up watching this and I love it, then yeah, I'll probably upgrade to the Blu-ray down the line. But for now, this is great. Like, I am so content to have the first 4 complete seasons of Vikings. Now, this is each of the seasons are smaller. I think like the first 3, I want to say, were only like 9 episodes, something like that, 9 or 10 episodes. The 4th season though, and that's why it's broken up into 2 DVD sets, I think that one was like 18, if I'm not mistaken. So that one's a little bit longer. But yeah, I've only heard good things about Vikings. I know we had an old coworker when this was new who just ranted and raved about this show all the time. So I figured, yeah, let's pick this up. This is an awesome thrift store find, especially for the price. And depending on what thrift store I go to, like these would be 50 cents each, or they could be like $3 a pop. And so fortunately, it was at the store where they just don't care and they mark everything at 2 for $1. So just an awesome find and an awesome deal. So like Vikings, I've heard great things about. So let me know if this is one that should go to the top of my list here. So 4 complete seasons of Vikings. Like, that's just an awesome find. I'm so happy I happened to walk into that store that day. So yeah, very cool. And so that is everything for Thrift Store Haul number 16. All right, so there are all the TV series and the one movie I found. I don't want to hold up the books because I'll probably drop them. But yeah, just a really lucky find on some of these. Others are items that I probably wouldn't have picked up unless it was for finding it at the thrift store. But either way, really cool adds to the collection. So let me know down in the comments below, because it's been some time since the last video. Let me know if you have found anything cool in the new year here at your local thrift stores. I love hearing about what you guys find, so definitely share that down in the comments below, and let me know if there's anything here that you've read or that you've watched and you think I should put toward the top of my list. I always appreciate your guys' recommendations, so thank you for all of those. And as always, if you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a like down below. That really does help me out. And like I always say, I don't just talk books or movies, I talk all things media. Books, movies, video games, graphic novels, collectibles, manga. If it's media related, I'm interested in it, and if you are too, you might consider subscribing. Alright guys, so that is going to do it for today. I just want to say thank you all so much for watching, and I want to encourage you to consume some media today. I'll catch you next time.